We first consider a 2D plane without boundaries and obstacles. Deploy sensors row by row. A row of sensors need to guarantee coverage and connectivity. Adjacent rows need to guarantee continuous coverage. Case 1, RC is less than or equal to root 3 RS. Sensors on each row are separated by RC. Adjacent rows are separated by that formula. Case 2, each sensor is separated by root 3 RS. Case 2, each sensor is separated by root 3 RS. Those are the two cases. You can see this figure. I leave it. Three unsolved problems. Some areas near the boundaries are uncovered. Some extra sensors between adjacent rows to maintain connectivity when RC is less than root 3 RS. Connectivity to neighboring regions needs to be maintained. Three unsolved problems. Simulation results. These are the various types of sensing fields. They can be rectangle, they can be circle, it can be non-convex polygon, it can be H-shaped polygon, office 1, office 2. Okay? So, these are the various sensing fields. Okay, we use RSRC as this 7555 to reflect our four cases. RS is greater than RC, RS is equal to RC, RS is less than RC, less than or equal to root 3 RS, and the final case, root 3 RS is less than RC. Those are the 5 cases we have considered there. And now we go to the comparison metric. Average number of sensors used to deploy, compare with two deployment methods. First, coverage first and connectivity first. In coverage first, we use a minimum distance of root 3 RS, whereas in connectivity first, we use RC. Next we go to sensor dispatch. We are given a sensing field A, an area of interest I inside A set of mobile sensors S resident in A. A sensor dispatch problem asks how to find a subset of sensors S prime in S to be moved to I such that after the deployment I satisfies coverage and connectivity requirements and the movement cost satisfies some objective functions. See, there is a polygon here which is an area of interest. There are two polygons. One is a square shaped A, and another polygon which is inside A and which is the area of interest I. There are many nodes or devices in this area. We need to bring some of these nodes into these are all mobile sensors. What you see here are all mobile sensors. They can be moved. So some of them need to be brought into the area of interest. That is our problem. Now they are brought into the area of interest. These sensors will be brought into the area of interest. They are brought into the area of interest. You can see the nearby sensors placed in the area of interest. Two objective functions. Minimize the total energy consumption to move sensors. That is the main objective. Minimum of delta M into Di, where delta M is the unit energy cost to move a sensor in one step. Di is the distance that sensor I is to be moved. Maximize the average remaining time of sensors in S prime after the movement. You see, There are 5 sensors A, B, C, D, E. 4 of them are close to the area of interest. All the 5 are mobile sensors and all of them are placed outside the area of interest. Now we need to bring, that area of interest can accommodate 4 sensors. So obviously the ones near to it will be brought. Run sensor placement algorithm on I to get the target locations. L is equal to x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, x4, y4. So A of x1, y1 is 9. A of x2, y2 is 12, little more larger than 9. A of x3, y3 is 8. A of x4, y4 is 11. Like that. And construct the weighted complete bitrated graph G and assign weight on each edge. Now suppose the initial energy is 40 for all the sensors and first for objective function is used, that is conserve energy. You see what is 40 minus 9? 31. What is 40 minus 12? 28. What is 40 minus 8? 32. What is 40 minus 11? 29. Like that if we compute, we get all this. Okay? Now we add a virtual location 5. It is not possible to keep 5 in the area of interest, but we are keeping a virtual location 5 and node 5 and okay, 5 is the minimum, so we give minimum than that for the node 5, so it is 4. All 4s. Now node 1 is connected to A is connected to node 1, B is connected to node 3, C is connected to node 2, D is connected to D is connected to node 4 and E is connected to node 5. Move sensors to the target locations. So now you move the sensors to the target locations. We do not move E because 5 is a virtual location, but we move A to 1, B to 3, C to 2, D to 4. An example of dispatch. So A, B, C, D are kept like that. Okay? Now the shortest path. See, first we give, for every obstacle, we give a radius of R and outside. Suppose a polygon, we give a radius of R outside the obstacle. And there we keep nodes at a distance of R. We keep nodes so that no obstacle is there. Okay? You see, the one in red is the shortest path. The one in red is the shortest path. We have collision-free vertices. We use Dijkstra's algorithm to find the shortest path. Time complexity. The time complexity of a sensor dispatch algorithm is O mnk square plus n cube. M number of target locations in I, n number of mobile sensors, k number of vertices of the polygons of all obstacles and I. simulations, greedy, sensors select the closest locations. Sensors randomly select locations in random. So in greedy, the energy conserved, energy spent is low, whereas in random, the energy spent is bit high. Okay? You see, in total energy for movement is low in the first graph, whereas it is high in the second graph. Average remaining energy of sensors. See, the total energy used is this. So average remaining energy will obviously be high.